Somewhere between one breath and the next, you remember the garden, the one that only appears when you stop trying to find it. Its gates never open from the outside, only from the inside, and perhaps without noticing, you've already walked through. In this garden, every sound is a lesson, every breeze a transmission. A leaf falls. Its spiral teaches you about cycles. A bird sings and suddenly you recall that intuition was never a talent to earn, but a signal to remember. When you listen long enough, even silence starts to hum. That hum is your own frequency, retuning itself. A traveller once came to this garden, dragging a heavy bag labelled beliefs. They tried to plant it, but the soil laughed. The laughter shook the bag open, and out spilled all the tiny seeds of should and can't. The wind carried them away, to the edge of nowhere, and in that empty space left behind, the traveller felt lighter, and that lightness felt suspiciously like fruit. You can notice right now that curiosity and wonder, they move in your chest in small waves. Every wave carrying the thought that maybe things connect in ways the mind hasn't caught up with yet. It's amusing how connection was always there, and separation only ever a naming error. Science would call it resonance. Poets call it love. Teachers call it coherence. Different words, same current. And if you were to follow that current further, chunking up, as thinkers say, you'd glimpse the ramifications, a world where people remember their creative signal. Imagine streets humming with intuitive laughter, decisions made from calm knowing, families exchanging frequency rather than blame. That's the big picture, and it's both thrilling and terrifying because it means responsibility. For when you know you can tune your life, every moment becomes sacred and excuses become impossible. That's the quiet side effect of awakening. No one to blame, nothing to hide behind, just you, your dial, and the courage to keep adjusting. Of course, ignoring this garden has its own consequences. The air thickens, colours flatten, time feels heavy. People start arguing over which raindrop owns the sky. Yet even then, somewhere under the noise, the hum keeps calling. Remember, remember, remember. So the teaching hides in plain sight. Every act of kindness is a frequency upgrade. Every honest breath is a psychic calibration. Every laugh is a healing code released into the field. And every time you catch yourself judging, you're invited to rename that judgment as data and tune again. You don't need to believe this. You just notice how your body responds when you pretend it's true for a moment. That's how a garden trains you, playfully, scientifically, spiritually. Somewhere, a deeper part of you is already smiling, thinking, damn, it really is that simple, isn't it? And the garden smiles back, whispering, it always was.